Hello guys, DJParson here for another game of Through the Ages. I already found the game where there's BoardgameResidence with just the expansion, digital rules and super blitz, so I can just load in and let's see what we want to do. So he took Engineering Genius, solid move, and we probably want one of these wonders and take the rich land, which is also really good for us. I like Roman roads more than Colosseum, and so I'm gonna take them. It's a close call, but I'm gonna just go with the Roman roads and take rich land as well. As a side note, really quickly, if you guys would like to see some 3 or 4 player games, you can let me know in the comments and I will see what I can do. Of course, the problem is a little bit that the other players need more time to do their turns in games with more players, so I might have to cut those games. Okay, he took Ashoka, and I think it is very good for us. We probably want one of those leaders because they cost less. Hippocrates is very good, but I even think Boudica is better, so I'm gonna take her. Then I want to build one mine with the rich land. I also want to play Boudica, of course. And let's see, frugality is the worst, HA yellow card. Cultural heritage is okay, but having one worker free is always a good idea, so I'm gonna do it like this. So let's see what he wants to do. He obviously wants to take some cards, so Ashoka does something. He's also taking the Acropolis, and with Engineering Genius he actually can finish it if he wants. He will do that. I don't know, maybe, yeah. I mean, we can't use Boudica now for her science, so maybe a good move for him. But he also doesn't produce anything, so it's not too bad for us. Let's see, he has one worker free, we have one free, so we can play the developed territory. I'm gonna do that. It's always nice to know that there's territories in the events deck. So yeah, let's see what we want to do. We of course have 2 more resources for building and upgrading military units, which we might not want to do right now. Instead, we have to keep in mind that we want to build our Roman roads, which cost 5 and a lot of civil actions, but still obvious move is always to build a second lab, and then we can take some cards. Sadly we can't also build the Roman roads because we don't have the resources, but it's fine I think, and irrigation is pretty nice, and we can also go for swordsman, so we can take advantage of Boudica in the next turn if we want. So I'm gonna discard probably the barbarians and the plunder. Actually, maybe I want to keep the barbarians and discard crusaders because he already has 1 culture production, so this is fine. And we got a tactic for our swordsmen, so they just became a better unit for us. And some more food, which is also good for us. So we can increase our population twice. And then maybe we can build some swordsmen. With Boudica, of course, we have to pay very little resources for that. And we get back our option to gain other stuff. Let's see if we want any of the new leaders right now or in the next turn. Okay, he actually will build another warriors and took theocracy. Of course he's producing 4 now with Ashoka, but not 1 more food. We of course want to skip politics again because we have no free worker, so we can increase our population twice. Control the swordsman, actually build them, upgrade those again. Now we sadly don't have any civil military actions left, so we might want to take Jansitska for the third military action. Also is very good with our tactics that we drew. So we can end our turn, keep those two tactics maybe, or only this one, and keep the barbarians. Probably we don't need the one strength tactic. Jansitska of course giving us that our farms count as infantry or even artillery units, so we have one of those armies finished already. And now he has Machu Picchu, which is a very nice wonder if you can afford it, and we have to see if he can afford it. He also might want to take another leader. Joker isn't that strong if you don't have, doesn't give you anything if you don't have cards in your hand, so maybe he takes Saladin now. No, he doesn't. So Ashoka right now doesn't give him anything. He builds even more military. Okay. I still want to play the barbarians. And okay, get one of these. So development of religion gives us 3 resources and 1 civil action for free. Development of civil life gives us 1 science and 1 action. So we could develop irrigation if we wanted to. Or we could even increase our population. Which we don't need right now really, we can go for the development, it has the most value, so that's fine. Sadly we can't use our 2 resources with Boudica right now, because we don't have 1 population. We can actually play Jansitska, finish our Roman roads, which is pretty good. Now we have 1 more resource we produce. And wait, we of course want to play our tactic, which we do have because our farms now count as warriors or infantry. Okay, sadly, okay, we got a new territory. Sadly the cartography is gone already, so we can't really go for a big territory push, and have to see if we want to play that next turn. Okay, he builds another stage of his Machu Picchu, taking swordsman for 3 warriors, seems reasonable, and not taking the breakthrough might cost him, I don't know, but he got the last irrigation, which is also really important. Now I do want to play the last territory, because I have 1 colonization card in hand. He has lots of cards in hand, but we also draw lots of cards now. So I think by starting playing it is really fine. Okay, this is not so good. Can't use it. He can, but the question is, does he want 4 warriors right now? Okay, we can increase our population. I really want a breakthrough. And then it might be time to get some more food, because we have 1 more resource production already with Roman roads, and getting some food would be really nice. So like this. Of course we want to get our tactic 1 more time pretty soon. Actually this is really nice for us, because there are 2 territories in the game, and we now have 3 colonization cards. He probably wants to finish Machu Picchu now, and then he has a very good production, but he still is only at +1 science. So maybe he wants to take Gutenberg. Let's see, he hasn't chosen a leader yet. Taking the knights. Okay, going for Nostradamus. And not taking alchemy. Okay. Still very little science, lots of cards that will cost science. So let's see. I think I want to play a card. He of course is the player with the most culture, but not one of the weakest. So it's most likely gonna be a territory, and we really want to get that. Now question is, do we keep one for the next territory, which is more important to get the vast territory? So I'm just gonna bid 2, which is enough, and we get this really nice territory also with the science. It's really good. We might also want to take Code of Laws now and can play it. Then Engineering Genius, there's Magic Castle. If we can get our hands on that, it's really good. He has 2 wonders already, so it costs him too much to take it, so we can take it next turn. Now we still have some resources left. We might want to rebuild one of our swordsmen so we are stronger again, and then we can take something. Could take rich land, and then let's look at the card row. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it doesn't change much if we take it, because of course the first 5 will be here, and if you don't take this, then Red and Circuses will be here, but that is no big deal. Rich land is definitely better than Frugality, and I also don't want Printing Press, so this is really good. Next turn I really want to take Hamachi Castle, because I think Hamachi Castle is one of the strongest new wonders, maybe even the strongest. And he now can't really take it. He has only 4 selections to play with, and it would cost him all his 4 selections. That would mean he had corruption if he didn't build another warrior or something. So yeah, barbarians, nothing happens because of his Nostradamus. I'm not too happy with Janzitska right now. He doesn't provide us with very much. So if there's a new leader coming soon, I definitely want him. Especially strong are Alfred Nobel and Katharina the Great, in my opinion. Okay, he wants to also take iron for Machu Picchu. Going for that tactic, okay. Now we can definitely go for the Call of Arms. And Scientific Breakthrough, okay, also good for us. And I want the Magic Castle. We can finish it off right now. And now we have to decide if we want to take a yellow card or if we want to upgrade. We have quite a lot of food, and also the next is vast territory. So I'm fine with taking a card for resources, because resources we don't have that many. So either urban growth, because we're gonna build some more urban buildings pretty soon. Another rich land doesn't give us much because we won't have iron and have 1 rich land already, so I'm gonna take urban growth. Also there's Alfred Nobel. As you can see, I only took the first 3, so he lands on 3 selections, which is really nice because he can't really take it. And I think I will take Alfred Nobel next turn. Okay, first the vast territory. First we could bid 4. Vast territories was really strong. I think I might even bid up to 6. Yeah, it's expensive, but it's a very good territory. Also we just need 1 more swordsman. We have the tactic again because Jansitska, of course. And now we have so much food. We just need some resources. He's going for some more science production, which seems very good for him, because he has so many technologies in his hand and just so little science. So let's see, what did we put in? Border conflict, call of arms. You have to be stronger for those. So I'm gonna skip the politics. Then we want to increase the population, maybe twice. Build one of these. Actually, we don't have enough resources for another one, which is sad, because those will be very bad for us. Also, we will take Alfred Nobel, but we can't play him right now. It would just stay at 6. The question is, yeah, we will probably still play him, but we will not be stronger, because we want the 2 signs we get from Alfred Nobel. Also, we can again increase our population again, because there's really no really good cards to take. So I'm gonna throw away the territory, and maybe those 2 refugees I might want to keep. It's not clear yet who will be the strongest player in H3 when the next event stack comes. So refugees is really strong when you're the stronger player, so I want to keep that option. So obviously we only have one problem right now, which is resources. And raiders, okay, raiders is really not that bad, because we have so much food, and even 3 production, so losing 2 food isn't that bad. It would be worse if we had border conflict or even call to arms. So yeah, we definitely want some yellow cards to get resources. We might consider taking coal when it comes. Okay, let's see, he builds another alchemy, takes a wonder. It's another warriors, okay. We're gonna skip politics again and lose 2 food. So it would be really nice to have some more resources to build another swordsman. We might consider building 2 warriors, so we are stronger, which is good in the short term but not good in the long run, so I'm not a fan of it. Also, could take team sports, but the thing is, we have with our 2 colonies no problem with happy faces, so I think it's more likely gonna be like engineering genius. Yeah, I can't really use any of these, so maybe not take engineering genius, but breakthrough. Increase the population maybe twice. Could also go for 4th HA mine with rich land, because we don't really need to upgrade our food production right now, and gaining 4 resources each turn is definitely better than 3. Also taking patriotism, because we want resources. And I'm not gonna discard those 2. Having a war in hand is always important, even though we can't really afford it right now. Okay, with that tactic, we might consider taking cannons and cavalrymen. There's a border conflict. Yeah, it's not too bad. We can either destroy one of our farms or one of our mines. Maybe even the farm. We have so many free workers, but I think it's fine to stay at 1 irrigation right now. introducing quite a lot of culture with this Nostradamus and 3 with the rest. But it's not like we are falling behind too much. He's building quite a good economy for himself. So let's see, the prosperity is of course not that good for us. Also we are still weaker, so we want to skip the politics, destroy one of our farms. And then Republic, I would really rather like constitutional monarchy. Question is if we can wait for it. Probably we can. So I'm gonna play patriotism and build 2 more of the swordsmen, so we are in front. Also I want the cannon, and then what else can we take? We have quite a lot of science, so good architecture. Question is for what? Also the question is what else do we do? So we might take efficient upgrade, which is probably maybe better, but architecture is also nice to have with some of the wonders in H3, especially like the National Red Cross. We could go for that with some better food production, but I'm actually gonna go with efficient upgrade. So I'm gonna discard those 2. The war is still, or maybe even those 2. I want to keep the war probably. I don't want to throw away the tactic, because tactics are some of the most important cards to draw in the second age. And we are just waiting for cavalrymen, so we can switch to this tactic. We have all the science for that. We have the magic castle, which is really strong in the late game. We might want constitutional monarchy and strategy. If we get both, that would be really great to really prepare for some big war in third age. So he's still at Nostradamus. Let's see if he wants to prepare an event, because he will be the weakest, even with this 3 strength bonus. Also he probably will want to take the rifleman, or discover or develop his swordsman, although this costs. Taking Maria Theresa, okay. He's still at only 4 civil actions and has corruption. Sadly we didn't draw a new green card, but let's see what we could do if we wanted to. If we can declare war, we can go for constitutional monarchy, and then we could take strategy, but not more. And more to build more swordsmen wouldn't be really good right now. So maybe this is our turn. It's pretty expensive to take both of these for 3 civil actions, but I don't think that we have a choice. We also could go for coal and try to win like that, but with the war in hand and the good tactic, I want to go for strategy and then for a big war later on. We lose 2, but we have 4 production, so that's no problem. Next turn we can build a cannon and a cavalryman. Actually, do we have the science for that? Yeah, we do. Which is nice, and we might also want to declare the war for the technology. Again, you can't make use of Nostradamus because he would still be behind. He also can't finish his wonder. He has also really a lot of food. With Machu Picchu you often run into the problem that even with the one blue token you gain from Machu Picchu you just don't have enough. Like last turn he had corruption. This turn, let's see. Also has a happy face problem. Okay. So now we might want to declare the war. We're gonna test it out. We would want to play strategy, take cavalrymen, develop this, build one of those each, play the tactic. 26, he definitely can't do that. I don't think. No. Taking breakthrough is always good. Can also increase our population once and uses urban growth before it's gone, maybe, to build one more HA lab or to build a religion because we're gonna lose 2 yellow tokens and then we need someone at religion, so we can do it this turn. We only draw 1 card, but these are all H2 cards of course, so it's not that bad. It's sometimes really bad if we were on H3 and we would want to draw some War over Cultures, then it's bad to draw only 1 card, but like this it's fine. Also again he with a really big happy face problem. Might want to take Winner's Religion, but his problem is at 4 civil actions still. So let's see what he can do this turn. He has lots of food and resources, but no real way to spend them. Now he also loses 2 civil actions. Yeah, this is gonna be a really bad turn for him, I think. Also there's air forces. We might want to take that. We get some signs from him, probably. Maybe spends 6 to develop the rifleman. That would put him at 5. For 5 he can't develop anything else, so he would have 5 plus 4, 9. So we would get 9, even 1 more. So yeah, we will get 10 signs. Or maybe build some more. Possible upgrade another one like this. Okay, 17, but still he has an uprising and still loses all his signs. I don't have to. I could actually put 1 in here just to get 3 culture with my wonder, of course. If I do that I will gain 3 culture. I think it's too early to do that right now, so I'm gonna not do it. But I want to play some politics. Politics of strength seems good. Dark Ages. Ouch. Yeah, that was bad. We can take the air forces. Take away way of nationalism for him. Take revolutionary idea, so he can't have that. Maybe urban growth for some resources, because we are still lacking resources. If we look at the board, sadly no war. We are really ahead in actions. He has a big problem with uprising and happy faces. He produces 7, we produce 4, he produces 3, we 0, so of course he has a way stronger economy. He has no science because we all stole it all, and he's ahead by like 15 culture. And we are now ahead with culture production, because Rome roads now give us 2 culture, and Magic Castle 2, and of course our 2 religions giving us 2. So let's see what these can do. Government, right now of course really good for us, 20 to 11. Growth culture, the new one, I really like it. 10 to 0, also very good. Total population, 8 to 6, so not that good. Also we will probably not gain more population. So he's offline now, so we can see if he returns. There are always players who just leave the games. Usually he doesn't do that, so we can just wait a little bit. Also he has his tactic that he soon will fulfill completely, and then if he upgrades all these and builds 2 more knights, he has also a very strong military, but first of course he has to fix his happy face problem. Also this wonder was, yeah, I think pretty risky for him and a little bit greedy. As you see, he can't finish it right now. He has to spend his resources now in the 3rd age for military. Okay, he seems to be back now. He let the clock run down to 50 seconds, so I had to wait some time. But I don't know if he wants to finish the game now or not. I think he did the same thing last time I played him. Maybe he's gonna act like, oh, I forgot the time. Yeah, GG. Okay. Now he resigns after letting me wait 4 minutes. Yeah, so he resigns and we win. I think it was an interesting game for the first 2 ages, and he had quite some problems in the end. He had a great economy, especially his food and resources, of course. And the problem for him was that his science production was too low for most of the game. And yeah, that can be the problem if you go for Machu Picchu, and then you obviously want irrigation and iron, but those are 8 science, and you don't have a wonder which gives you science. So yeah, you spend your science for your other resources and food, so you are stuck and can't go for alchemy. And then you have to consider that you have to build military, which he then had to do, but so he couldn't get more actions. So I think the problem with Machu Picchu is that it focuses too much on food and resources, and often that can be punished. I think if you go for Machu Picchu, you don't have to also go for irrigation and iron. Like if you just get irrigation, that's really fine, and then even if you stay at bronze and have 3 bronze and produce 4 resources, that's really enough for the game, or for the early games. Of course, if you can grab iron, you can still play it, but I think at a later time, after you have gone more to science production. And for us, I think we had an interesting game with these 2 colonies. It was definitely the right decision to seed them. We got a bit lucky with colonization cards that we drew. After that we had no problem with food or happy faces, and also our wonders were really good. I really like both of these, Magic Castle and Roman Roads. I think I was the strongest from HA and A and H1. And the one turn that was really defining was taking monarchy and constitutional monarchy and strategy, because before that we only had 2 military actions, and like this we could pressure him enough, so we had to get into uprising. And now if you look at this turn, he would have to delete 2 of his units because he can't play organized religion, and all the resources he has don't give him anything. So yeah, I think it was an interesting game for the first ages. A little bit sad that he resigned. It could still have been interesting with us catching up to him in culture, either by multimedia, movies, or a leader, something, or by drawing a war and going all for that. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed this game. It should be a little bit shorter one once I cut out the waiting time, and I hope to see you next time.